China's growing nuclear capabilities are of concern to the United States, its allies, and partners around the world. There is growing evidence of a significant expansion of its nuclear arsenal, although the Chinese government denies this information. The motivation for this expansion appears to be the desire of Chinese leaders to maintain the credibility of their nuclear deterrent and assert their position in the modern world. In 2021, satellite imagery showed the construction of approximately 300 missile silos in western and central northern China, where intercontinental ballistic missiles could eventually be deployed. These images provide further confirmation of recent U.S. speculation that China plans to significantly increase its nuclear arsenal. The Pentagon now predicts that China intends to deploy more than 1,000 nuclear warheads by 2030, cementing its status as the third nuclear power after the United States and Russia. To achieve this, China is likely to utilize new fast breeder reactors and reprocessing capabilities to produce plutonium, officially cited by Chinese authorities as part of peaceful atomic research. China refuses to participate in nuclear disarmament talks with the US and Russia, arguing that the two countries' arsenals are far larger than its own. The U.S. Nuclear Posture Review says China's modernization of its nuclear arsenal and lack of transparency raises questions about the country's future intentions. Such an arms race could signal a fundamental departure from the policies China has pursued in recent decades. After its first successful nuclear test in 1964, China adopted a doctrine of minimum nuclear deterrence, which included refraining from an arms race with other major powers, declaring a no-first-use policy, and maintaining nuclear forces at the minimum level necessary to deter potential adversaries. China's motivation in this nuclear arms race seems to reflect a particular concern about the country's ability to maintain nuclear deterrence, as well as a broader desire to ensure sufficient military power to make itself respected in the face of growing competition among world powers. Despite the tremendous growth of the nuclear industry by modern standards, China does not seek to provoke a nuclear war, but instead seeks to mitigate tensions. Most recently, China has called on states with the largest nuclear arsenals to agree not to use nuclear weapons first against each other. Nevertheless, a very important question arises: what is the ultimate goal of China's expansion of its nuclear arsenals? Michael Chase of the Pentagon wrote in 2019 that Chinese nuclear policy could take several paths, including focusing solely on building a capacity for assured retaliation, adopting a policy of conditional no-first use of nuclear weapons, or seeking nuclear parity with the United States and Russia. Recent evidence suggests that China is at least on the second path, but it cannot be ruled out that it will eventually choose a third path. The Chinese people are highly educated and cunning, and it is very difficult to predict their future plans. Because of the growing tensions in the world and the potential conflict over Taiwan, the Chinese authorities are trying to prepare as much as possible. At this stage of its development, China follows the principle: if you want peace, prepare for war. And China is preparing, but let's hope that politicians can come to agreements, that common sense will prevail, and that all nuclear arsenals will remain only deterrents and not means of use. Thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Also, check out our previous videos. See you soon. I wish you all peace and prosperity.